Okay, start natin yung module 15. Same lang naman siya ng mga previous discussion natin. Kung yung tapos na tayo sa inventories, PPE, tapos account ng dividends. Ngayon naman yung account ng intercompany bond transaction. Okay? Nga pala, wala pa tayo dun. Pero example, kung may due from, due to, ang ginagawa pagka consolidated financial position, mawawala yun. May extinguish yung due from, due to. Pero normally, dapat equal sila. So, ang net effect, 0. Diba? So, discuss natin. Sugutan nyo to ha. Okay. Intercompany bond transaction. When a parent or subsidiary acquires bond issued by the other, both the investment in bonds and the bonds payable are eliminated in the consolidated financial position. So, kung may bond na gano'n, magkano dapat siya? 0, diba? Kasi may eliminate siya. Yung investment in bonds ng isa is mawawala, tapos yung bonds payable lang isa mawawala. Ang net effect nila, 0. Bonds payable are considered extinguished from the group point of view. Doon lang naman sa consolidated financial position. Bakit? Anong rationale? Kasi in that presentation, iisa lang sila. Any interest expense, interest incomes recognized by the parent and the subsidiary on each other is eliminated in the consolidated financial statement. So, kumbaga, walang nangyari. Kasi realize ko magkamukha lang yung activity 5 tsaka activity 3 lagi. So, yung activity 3 na lang yung i-discuss natin para mas mabilis. Di ba? Para hindi kayo mas mabore. Para gawin nyo na lang yung 5. Sige. On January 1, 20X1, Sing Company acquired 75 interest in Dan's Company. On this date, Sing Company net identifiable asset have a carrying amount of 200,000 equal to fair value. Pagka equal to fair value siya at acquisition date, wala siyang fair value adjustment. Sige, di ba? Non-controlling interest was measured using the proportionate share method. Ano nga ulit yung isa? Fair value method. Pag fair value method, pag nagka-goodwill siya, pwedeng may share si NCI dun sa goodwill. Pero since proportionate share method, lahat ng goodwill kay parent. Paulit-ulit. On December 31, 20X1, Dan's Company acquired all outstanding bonds of Sing Company. Si subsidiary daw, binili niya lahat ng bonds of Sing Company from the open market for 250,000. Okay? There were no other intercompany transaction during the year. The year and individual financial statement show the following information. Okay? Requirement. Compute the gain or loss on the extinguishment of bonds to be recognized in 20X1 consolidated statement of profit or loss. May sinabi ba? Magkano binili? 250,000. Okay? Ni subsidiary. So, hanapin natin yung investment in bonds niya. 250,000. Tapos, hanapin natin yung kasama niya. 300,000 kay parent. 'Di ba? Pero kailangan i-extinguish natin siya. So, tinatin yung step 1. Ang step 1, kumputin natin yung gain. Magkano binili ni subsidiary? 250,000. Pero magkano face amount? 300,000. Ilan yung gain? 50,000. So, lagay mo na. Compute the gain or loss. 50,000. Gina kasi mas mura niya nabili, 'di ba? Compute the consolidated total bonds payable, 'di ba? Ito yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, may eliminate sila. So kahit di mo na compute yan, magkano yung consolidated total bonds payable? Ede, 0 kasi binili niya lahat. Paano kung hindi lahat? Doon lang may matitira. C. Prepare a draft of 20X1 consolidated statement of financial position and statement of profit or loss. Sige, latag natin. Step 2. Yung ginagawa natin, 200,000 yung fair value niya. Tapos naging 270 at consolidation date. So ilan yung gain? 70,000. Kumputin natin yung goodwill after yun, di ba? May binigay ba? Yes, 180,000. Tapos magkano yung net carrying amount niya at acquisition? 200,000, di ba? Tapos proportionate method, itaas mo lang 50,000, 230,000 yung total consideration transfer, tapos 30,000 yung goodwill. Okay. Non-controlling interest. Ito na yun. 270,000 times mo lang sa 25%. 67,500. Consolidated written earnings. Kunin mo lang yung written earnings ni parent. 140,000. Tapos yung share niya sa increase sa Subsidiaries net asset at fair value, 70K times ilan? Ilang percent siya? 75%, 52,500. Tapos, yung gain on extinguishment of bonds is 50,000. So, 102,500. 242,500 yung consolidated retained earnings. Ngayon, computin naman natin yung consolidated profit. O, latag nyo ulit to. 80 tsaka 20. May fair value adjustment? Wala. Pero, merong, okay. Ayan, ayan. Walang dividends? Wala din. Yung gain on extinguishment of bonds, ilagay mo lang 50,000. 130,000 tapos 20,000. Okay, 150,000. Tapos 130 tapos 20. 150,000. Tandaan, pag i-allocate natin yung kay parent sa kanya lang, i-allocate natin yung kay subsidiary, 20, 15, 145,000, 5,000. Tapos compute na lang natin yung consolidated financial statement. Investment in subsidiary at cost, mawawala. Investment in bond, eliminated din. Other asset, 500,000 daw. Tsaka 50,000. Goodwill, magkano? 30,000. Sa liability naman, accounts payable, 40 plus 30, 70,000. Bonds payable, eliminated. 0, diba? Total liability, 70,000. Share capital, yung kay written, yung kay parent, tapos yung na-compute natin retained earnings. Ito, equity attributable to owner, pinag-plus lang siya. Sige. NCI, yung na-compute natin, tapos yung total equity, 510. Tapos checking nyo, pagbangga, edi goods. Consolidated profit or loss, 300 plus 120. Okay, tapos 217 plus 100, 307. Interest expense, 3,000. Gain on extinguishment of bonds, 50,000. Tapos, profit for the 150,000. Bakit hindi ineliminate yung interest expense? Tingin nyo. Kasi, ito yon. The interest expense is not eliminated because the interest expense was paid to unrelated parties, the previous holder of the bonds. Tingnan mo. Bakit? Bakit daw? Kasi kailan ba in-acquire yung bonds? On December 31, 20x1. Gets? Binili siya nung consolidation date na. So, yung interest na binayad dito, malamang hindi sa kanya kasi kailan niya binili? December 31, 20x1 niya nga binili. Tapos ito, interest expense as of December 31, 20x1. So, i-assume natin na sa ano niya binili? Sa third party. Okay? Yun na. 0. So, above. Sige, discuss na nga natin yung activity 5 kasi loss daw, di ba? Kahit yung pag-compute lang ng loss. Sige, let's tuloy nyo. On January 1, 20x1, Walk Company acquired 75% daw ng Run Company. On this day, the Run Company net identifiable assets have a carrying amount of 208,000 equal to the fair value. Non-controlling interest was measured using the proportionate share method. On December 31, 20x1, Run Company purchased all of the outstanding bonds of Walk Company from the open market for 320,000. Sige, purchase all ulit. There were no other intercompany transaction during the year. The year-end individual financial statements show the information. E de ganito guys, kung 320 natin in-acquire, pero 300 lang, ano mas malaki? Mas malaki natin binili kaysa sa face amount niya, 'di ba? So malamang loss siya, 20,000. Tapos tandaan, no, zero na naman lagi kasi all, 'di ba? Sige na nga. 208,000. Pero pahapyaw na lang ha. Tapos 234,000. Ito yan. Total equity, di ba? 234. Yung increase niya, 26,000. Goodwill computation, 234,000. Tapos, ano daw, magkano siya? 208,000. 208,000. Tapos, 25%, 286,000. Okay? Tapos, 78,000 yung goodwill. Non-controlling interest, kunin nyo agad to, di ba? 234,000 times share niya, 25%, 58,500. Retained earnings, 182,000, di ba? Times mo lang yung increase niya na ito, 26,000 times 75% for share niya. Tapos, since loss siya, pabawas. Yung gain kanina, pataas, diba? Loss, ayan. 181,500. Tapos, 104,900, 26,000. Yung profit lang nila yan. Ayun. Tapos, yung adjustment, walang intercompany, walang unrealized. O, di yan, 20,000, 24,000. 84,900 yung total. That's 26,000. Tapos, i-distribute. Tapos, prepare nyo lang yung consolidated financial position. Okay.